In Neville Goddard's teachings, he stresses the importance of concentrating on the desired outcome while also advising releasing attachment to the desire itself. This can confuse those in the manifesting community, so in today's video we are going to delve deeper into this concept. In Neville Goddard's teachings, he emphasizes the power of the imagination in manifesting one's desires. He states that our imagination is the gateway to the infinite and the source of all creation. What we imagine with feeling and conviction will become our reality. According to Neville, the reason many people struggle to manifest their desires is that they focus too much on the external world and not enough on their internal world. They believe that they need to take action, make things happen, and control the outcome. However, this only leads to resistance and attachment, which are the biggest obstacles to manifesting one's desires. Instead, Neville suggests that we should focus on our inner world and cultivate the feeling of already having what we desire. He calls this living in the end, which means that we should imagine ourselves in the state of having achieved our desire and feel the emotions associated with it. For example, if we want a new car, we should imagine ourselves driving it, feeling the wind in our hair, and experiencing the joy and excitement of owning it. The key to successful manifestation is to do this consistently and persistently, regardless of what the external circumstances may look like. Neville teaches that our imagination is more real than the external world and that what we imagine will eventually become our reality. However, Neville also warns against the trap of attachment, which is the belief that we need to have our desires to be happy or fulfilled. He emphasizes that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, and that our desires are only a means to an end. If we attach too much importance to our desires, we may become obsessed with them and lose sight of our true purpose in life. Therefore, Neville suggests that we should focus on our spiritual growth and evolution, which is the ultimate goal of life. He believes that by aligning ourselves with our true nature as spiritual beings, we will naturally attract the experiences and circumstances that are in alignment with our highest good. To achieve this, Neville recommends the practice of meditation and self-reflection. He encourages us to take time every day to quiet our minds and connect with our inner selves. By doing so, we can tap into the infinite wisdom and guidance of the universe, which will help us manifest our desires and live a more fulfilling life. Neville Goddard suggests thinking positively about what you desire in your life. Many people believe in the power of positive thinking, and there is certainly some truth to that. The way we think about things can have a significant impact on our actions and outcomes. If we believe that we can achieve our goals and dreams, we are more likely to take the necessary steps to make them a reality. Conversely, if we believe that our desires are out of reach, we may not even try. However, as we know, there is a danger in focusing too much on our desires and constantly thinking about them. This can lead to a state of attachment, where we become fixated on our goals and feel like we can't be happy or fulfilled until we achieve them. This attachment can work against us, as it creates a sense of neediness and desperation that can be off-putting to others. Furthermore, attachment can lead to resistance as we become aware of all the obstacles and challenges that stand in the way of our desires. We may start to doubt ourselves or feel like we don't have what it takes to succeed. This negative thinking can become a self-fulfilling prophecy as we begin to behave in ways that undermine our efforts. One way to overcome resistance and attachment is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being present at the moment and observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment. By learning to be aware of our negative thoughts and feelings, we can begin to challenge them and replace them with more positive ones. This can help us to stay focused on our goals without becoming attached to them. Another approach is to focus on the process rather than the outcome. Instead of fixating on the result, we can focus on the steps we need to take to get there. This can help reduce resistance, as we are less likely to become overwhelmed by the enormity of our goals. By breaking them down into smaller, more manageable tasks, we can make progress without feeling like we have to do everything at once. It's also important to cultivate a sense of detachment from our desires. This doesn't mean that we should give up on our goals or stop striving for them, but rather that we should be open to the possibility that things may not turn out exactly as we planned. By letting go of our attachment to specific outcomes, we can be more flexible and adaptable in our approach. We can also be more accepting of whatever happens, whether it's success or failure. Ultimately, achieving our desires requires a balance between focus and detachment. We need to be clear about what we want and take action towards it, but we also need to be able to let go of our attachments and be open to whatever comes our way. By practicing mindfulness, focusing on the process, and cultivating a sense of detachment, we can increase our chances of success while also enjoying the journey along the way. Neville Goddard teaches that the power to manifest our desires lies within our own consciousness. Our thoughts and beliefs create our reality, and therefore, we must take control of our minds and align our thoughts with what we want to manifest. The problem with most people is that they focus on negative thoughts and doubts about their desires, which prevents them from manifesting them. To manifest our desires, we must first be convinced that we will have them. This means we must have an internal state of being that feels like we already have it. This state of being is what Neville Goddard calls living in the end, which means we must feel as though our desire has already manifested. When we live in the present, we activate the law of assumption, which is the principle that states that we manifest what we assume to be true. To maintain this internal state of being, we must dissolve any doubting thoughts that arise. We do this by reminding ourselves that we always get what we want, no matter what. However, we must be careful not to focus on the absence of our desire or doubt its manifestation, as this will only hinder it. Instead, we must focus on a positive and confident mindset, knowing that we will achieve our desired outcome. One of the most effective ways to manifest our desires is by using the power of our imagination. Neville Goddard teaches that our imagination is the gateway to our reality, and therefore we must use it to create a mental picture of our desire. This mental picture should be vivid and feel real, as though we are already living it. By doing this, we create a new reality in our mind, which then manifests in our physical reality. To use our imagination effectively, Neville Goddard suggests a 3-step process: decide what we want, say what we want, and watch a story about it. According to Neville Goddard, the first step in manifesting, we desire to decide what we want. This means we must be clear about our desires and focus our attention on them. The more specific and detailed we are about what we want, the more power we give to our desires. The next step is to say what we want. Neville Goddard teaches that words have power, and by using affirmations and positive statements, we can program our subconscious mind to believe that we already have what we desire. We must use present tense statements that assume that our desire has already manifested, such as, "I am now enjoying my dream job," or "I am now living in my dream home." The final step is to watch a story about our desire. This means we must use our imagination to visualize ourselves living and doing what we want. Neville Goddard suggests that we must create a mental picture that is vivid and feels real, as though we are already living it. By doing this, we activate the law of assumption, which is the principle that states that we manifest what we assume to be true. To maintain a positive and confident mindset, we must dissolve any doubting thoughts that arise. We do this by reminding ourselves that we always get what we want, no matter what. However, we must be careful not to focus on the absence of our desire or doubt its manifestation, as this will only hinder it. Instead, we must focus on a positive and confident mindset, knowing that we will achieve our desired outcome. Neville Goddard suggests that we must hold on to our desires tightly and not let doubt or negative thoughts creep in. To do this, we must stay consistent in our thoughts and beliefs, repeating our affirmations and visualizing our desire every day until it feels real. Letting go of negative thoughts and resistance about your desire can work wonders. Our thoughts have a powerful influence on our reality. Whether we realize it or not, our thoughts and beliefs shape our experiences and the circumstances we attract into our lives. Negative thoughts and beliefs can create resistance that holds us back from achieving our desires and living our best life. But by letting go of these negative thoughts and resistance, we can unlock our full potential and create a new reality that is aligned with our desires. Negative thoughts and beliefs often stem from fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs that we have internalized over time. These thoughts and beliefs can act as obstacles that prevent us from moving forward and achieving our goals. They can keep us stuck in a cycle of negativity, where we attract more of the same negative experiences into our lives. The good news is that we have the power to change our thoughts and beliefs. We can choose to let go of negative thoughts and resistance and create a new reality that is aligned with our desires. This process starts with acknowledging our negative thoughts and beliefs and understanding where they come from. Once we have identified our negative thoughts and beliefs, we can actively choose to release them. This does not mean ignoring or suppressing them. It means acknowledging them and consciously choosing to let them go. We can replace negative thoughts and beliefs with positive affirmations and visualizations that support our goals. By releasing resistance and focusing on the positive outcome of our desires, we align ourselves with the energy of what we truly want. This, in turn, speeds up the manifestation process and helps us attract positive experiences and opportunities into our lives. When we let go of negative thoughts and beliefs, we create space for positive experiences and opportunities to enter our lives. Letting go of negative thoughts and resistance requires mindfulness and self-awareness. We must be mindful of our thoughts and beliefs and consciously choose to replace negative ones with positive ones. This takes practice and commitment, but over time, it becomes easier and more natural. As we let go of negative thoughts and resistance, we begin to create a new reality that is aligned with our desires. We start to attract people, situations, and opportunities that support our goals. We become more confident and empowered in the process, which helps us achieve even more success in all areas of our lives. Ultimately, letting go of negative thoughts and resistance allows us to live a more joyful, abundant, and fulfilling life. It is a process that requires time and effort, but the rewards are well worth it. We have the power to shape our reality and create the life we truly desire. By letting go of negative thoughts and resistance, we can unlock our full potential and live our best life. I hope I was able to deliver a good analysis of this quote by Neville Goddard. And of course, this doesn't mean we agree with every single thing he said or believed in, because in the end, everyone will form his or her own opinion, and that is why we are analyzing and discussing his ideas and methods to fully understand his approach and general ideas, as he was a great teacher and inspired millions of people around the world. If you want to share your opinion, comment down below this video. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to it and press the bell icon for more interesting, informative, and helpful videos on manifestation. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.